What is your African name?
I'm sorry?
They're still good from South Africa. Boy meets mom. Mom is racist.
How it dealt with race. I mean, you know, it's a topic that not many filmmakers tackle.
So when the mom asks, what's your African name? I think it's based on your interpretation, because I would have been like, I don't know, I'm not from Africa, so I'm not affiliated to that. But I guess in their culture, they believe that all Black people have some knowledge or connection with their African history. So I wouldn't interpret that as being racist, but maybe it's because of the different culture and that was insulting to him. So, man. And she didn't seem racist to me because one, you know, it's a Black kid. They have a homosexual relationship and she seems inviting. So I don't know, that tension point was, it didn't seem that big of a deal to me. Okay. But yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was racist, but what she said was ignorant as opposed to intentionally mean or rude. And so I was kind of conflicted because I thought that he was being really rude by not, I mean, he doesn't have an obligation to explain anything, but on some level he kind of just stopped the conversation. So he was in her kitchen, she was making an ignorant comment, but not a well-informed one as opposed to, intentionally mean.
I kind of felt like I've seen like other kind of films like this, but this one kind of feels like I understood it more. If I was in that position, like I'd get a bit upset, but I wouldn't make it as big of a deal.
Like my interpretation, call me wrong, is that he obviously, like they set it up that he loves this boy he loves this guy very much, but I think he's gonna break up with him because of who his family is, and I think that was his choice when he kind of packed the suitcase and he was like, this is his finality. This is the last time he's gonna be in this house because he just can't be into this family no matter how much he loves this boy. That's what I got out of it. I don't know what you guys thought, but that was sort of my conclusion of the film, where he just kind of like packs himself away and kind of like moves himself out onward with his life.
Yeah, actually your point right there is one of the things that I thought about a lot, because I also know a lot of situations in which the parents don't like the partner of the person that their son or daughter is with, and it's not always an issue. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, your dad is whatever, or your mom is whatever, but as long as there's love and connection between the two, that partnership, I'm not sure why it has to matter. And so I guess for this film, I was sort of wondering whether or not it would take it to that level of him saying, yeah, I get it, your mom is not, your mom is ignorant, but good thing I'm not dating your mom, And I was kind of waiting for the next step of the son to actually slip up and say something racist, because the son grew up with the mom, right? And so I would imagine that the mother had potentially passed on some of her ideas to him. So I was kind of waiting for it to take that next step of proving to me that actually no, there is a problem with the relationship that's causing them to rupture rather than the mother.
Nice to see you, Kay.
Bye, Emily.
Also, I wanted to point out like the tension with the maid and the boy that was brought home when she was passing. I felt some tension, but I couldn't understand because I don't know if it's like a cultural difference. I don't know if she was being judgmental. The relationship with the mom seems very good. So I don't understand that part, and especially the other part where he dropped the sugar and she's humming. There's just some condescending behavior. So I don't know if she's judging him for being Black or being gay or whatever the issue is. But I wanted to point that out as well, that there was an issue there.
I thought that was very interesting too. But what I was struck by was the microaggressions from the mother. So many, the tribal art, the artwork, that say, oh, you don't look like a William, what's your African name? The maid, as you said, like it's almost like the place for a Black person in our home is so I felt like it was just like a deluge of that. There was so much of that, and he was taking each one like a personal affront, and his boyfriend wasn't sort of saying like this is not okay, and I don't know how they would figure that out moving forward if that's his normal.
Sure, it seemed to me like it was kind of a statement on privilege and kind of making her mom realize the privileges she has. 'Cause I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but when she was took the blame for spilling the sugar, which I don't think she did. I think it was the other guy who spilled it. It just felt like she felt uncomfortable because she was surrounded by two black persons. Well, not surrounded, but she was with two black persons, and she felt like she thought maybe her privilege threw more and just kind of accepted. Maybe she made him feel awkward. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it just seemed like a comment or something on privilege and realizing it more than anything else for me.
Just one other thing that I wanted to point out is that they say that her job is an interpreter, so I feel like she should be pretty well cultured. And I don't really know that much about the history in South Africa or the cultural nuances there, but I feel like maybe part of the reason she was asking those questions is because there's something more that she knows like about some cultural differences in South Africa. So I just wanted to point that out.
My interpretation is that so there was a comment about the boyfriend saying that you thought he was going to say something racist. Well, he kind of did, because by defending his mom, and if my mom said that and the same situation is reversed, what you do is that you get up and you leave after that comment is made, and she doesn't want to apologize in that scene. That's what you do. And this boy, in my interpretation at least, is that he knows he can't be in this relationship and be in this family because these people are racist.